like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the following video. What's going on, everybody? It's Shucking Corn, and today we're going to take a little turn. We're not going to be talking about gaming. We're not going to be showing any gameplay. We're going to be showing stock advice and how I made over $10,000 during the COVID-19 pandemic this year. If you could see here, this is my Robinhood portfolio account balance, and in the last 3 months, I've taken in and made a profit of $11,761. You might ask how I did that? Well, if we look at the overall view in the Robinhood, you can see it was pretty flat right until the pandemic, and then boom, dropped off the cliff. Lost a lot there. But recovered very successfully, and way more successfully than I did when I dropped February 21st. I don't even know what kind of percent raise is that. That is a 54% raise in the last 3 months, and 47 in the past year, and 50% of all time, which I started in 2018. So 2-ish years with some good gains. And almost all the gains were made in the COVID-19 pandemic this year. So as you can see, here are the stocks that I currently have, around 10, I think. And this one here is an index fund. I'll be also giving recommendations and stuff like that later on if that's what everyone's looking for. Just kind of how I made that money back. So the reason and how I made that money is, there was the pandemic coming. And it was coming, and everyone was talking about it, everybody's freaking out, and everybody's pulling their money out. I didn't pull a dime out. I didn't pull anything out, because you never know if it's really true, what's going to happen, or if it's media hype. So, I kept my money in there. It dropped like a rock, I'll tell you that. I was sweating bullets then, but I stand firm. Didn't pull any money out. Even after losing, $6 grand, which is a lot to me, I stayed in it. And instead of pulling my money out then, which a lot of people do, a lot of people always do that, I don't know why, I started shoveling money in. I started shoveling a lot of money in, and you never know when the bottom's going to end. You can look back here, you can look back in time and say, oh my goodness, look, if I would have put money in right there, I would have made a lot of money, but you never know when that's going to be. The pandemic could have been way worse than what we thought. People could have just, kept losing jobs. The economy could have been worse. It could have kept going further and further. You don't know. You can't go back in time. If people say if they could have gone back in time and invested then, tell them to shut their mouth, because that ain't how it works. Okay, you don't know. You don't know what the future is going to hold. Okay, you can take a best guess at it. My best guess is the stock market will recover sometime eventually. It will recover. Okay. So that's kind of advice for that. No matter what you're looking at, whether it be the 2008-2009 crisis, the stock market crashed, but it recovered very successfully, and way more than today. Because if the stock market completely crashed 100%, me and you are going to be fighting over food. We're going to be breaking into places, and money isn't going to mean a gosh darn thing anymore. So what's the point? Okay. So again, my advice is, when this hit, I started shoveling in a lot of money. I lost $6,000, but at that point, I started putting in loads of money. I mean, loads of money to me was like, $1,000, $2,000. When people said, "Oh, why are you putting money in at this awful time? You should be conserving. You should be saving the money. Who knows if it's going to go further? It could have gone further." That's fine. You just keep shoveling it in. You shovel in the most money when something like this is going on. And look, it paid off. It came back up $11,000 in the last 3 months of me doing this during this crisis, during this pandemic. And another tip for this is kind of know your stocks. I'll be giving more advice on stocks, but know the stocks that are going to be most affected by this. Okay. As you can see my portfolio here, you can, feel free to look at these. I wouldn't purchase these myself right now because the recovery's, mostly here. So kind of find your own stocks that you think would be well to purchase. Other advice is no one knows when a crash is going to happen, okay? There's an article on there that talked about, you know, the 2009, 2008 guy, the guy that predicted the stock crash in 2008, 2009. Successfully, he predicted that. He also predicted the 2007 crash, the 2005 crash, 2006 crash, 2004 crash. None of those which happen, you know, if you keep predicting something's going to happen, eventually it's going to happen. They say historically every 10 years is a stock crash. So, you know, I could say for the next 10 years it's going to crash, and eventually it will. I'll be right one of those times. So don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to that. You know, put your money in. Get it in there. Don't sit on the sidelines. Don't wait for an opportunity. You know, just dive in. Just dive in. Start putting some money in there. That's my advice to you. You know, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money. And you might gain money, okay? You can't be afraid to lose and gain money, but be smart in your stock purchasing ideas. Penny stocks, stay away from those. Those things, you're going to lose more money than you're going to gain unless you really have a good understanding on those. A lot of the penny stocks are pump and dump schemes, which means someone sets up a company, an LLC, they pump a lot of money in, make the stock look good, have a lot of people filter in money, and they pull out, and the stock crashes. They take their money, and you lose. So watch out for those. Those are some ideas there if you're wanting to start investing. So this has been kind of a shucking corn tutorial on stock investing. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, please put them in below. I'll try to reply to all I can, or if I even get any. We'll see if I even get any. But this is kind of my advice to you. I think this is some good advice. I come from a business background. I've been doing a lot of money tips and tricks like that. Paid off my student loan debt in less than 12 months. Also paid my car off in like 5 months. So, I'm going to be giving a lot of tips and tricks on how to do this. So, if you have any questions or comments, just leave a comment down below, and I'll reply as much as I can. Probably get about 53 views on this gosh darn video, but it doesn't matter. I'll help you out if you have these questions. Let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been a Shucking Corn financial tutorial. By no means am I any affiliated with anybody. This is just my personal advice, So take this as you will, okay? I'm not guaranteeing returns. I'm not guaranteeing $10,000. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'm just giving you my experience, my advice. You can take it. You don't have to. So just so you know. Thank you guys for watching. Yes, the $10,000 bill does exist. As you can see here in this entry from Wikipedia, although they are still legal tender in the United States, these high denomination bills were last printed in 1945 and discontinued in 1969 because of the lack of use. And also, the other reason is it helps with trafficking of money. It's a lot harder to hide $100 bills than it is $10,000 bills. So that's the other reason I believe that they stopped making $10,000 bills. So they were real at one point. What's up, Shuckers? If you like that video, please leave a like and subscribe down below. Thanks.